Hey there. It's been a while since my last routine. I've been focusing a little bit more on my social media, which honestly that isn't really going anywhere at this time. So figured I'd jump back into what I really want to do, and that's make more custom routines. The one I'm about to show you is going to be, I don't know, 20 minutes to half an hour long. If you are suffering from hip and back pain, this is a core specific and flexibility focused routine. So let's get started. Much like my other routines and workouts, I like to start with breath work. I like to focus on starting a certain breath pattern or pace, something that I try to, anyway, maintain over the course of the routine. So let's start with 10 diaphragmatic breaths. A diaphragmatic breath is down into your abdomen because we actually breathe down into our diaphragm and instead of up into our chest. So I want you to take 10 deep breaths through your nose, releasing your abdomen, releasing your core, just relaxing, and out through your mouth. So make sure you're seated in a comfortable position, seated position. I'm going to block because it allows my knees to be lower than my hips. And we'll do 10 breaths here. And when you exhale, you tighten your core. You bring your belly button in and up. Inhale. Release the abdomen, let your chest open down into your abdomen. Exhale. Breathing in, exhaling out. Tightening your core. Inhale. Let's keep breathing like that together. Make sure that you are seated upright. Your shoulders are above your hips. Your head is above your neck in a stacked position. We spend so much time in uncomfortable posture positions that it catches up with us over the day. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Last exhale, engage that core. Blow all the air out. For our first pose, we're going to continue with that timed breath, but we're going to add in some movement. So we're going to do a cat-cow pose. Cat-cow. It's on your hands and knees. I personally like to tuck my toes when I'm in these kinds of positions because it helps me with added ankle mobility. So feel free to do that or not. On your hands and knees. We're going to inhale, start at the spine or at the hips. We're going to arch our back, pull our shoulders back, and look up. On that inhale, on the exhale, start at the spine, roll up the back. Our shoulders are back, and our head drops we look behind us. On the exhale, we'll do 10 of these breaths. Inhale, start at the spine, move up the back, releasing the abdomen down, shoulders down and back. And then on the exhale, start at the spine, round the back, engage that core. Let the head drop, shoulders down and back from your ears. Inhale, in cow pose, look up, shoulders down and back. Exhale, round the back, gaze drops, look behind you. Inhale, start at the spine, up the back. Sorry for the noise, that's my dog Nancy drinking water. Don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's pretty annoying, so hopefully I can get that sound out of here. Inhale. Arch the back, shoulders down and back. Exhale, round the back. We're going to do one more round of this because I lost count thanks to the dog. Inhale. Next exhale, we're going to go ahead and take a neutral spine. After child's pose, after cat-cow, we're going to drop into child's pose. I'm going to use a block. Don't feel like you have to. So for child's pose, our toes are together and our knees are wide apart. And we're going to lead with our hands in the child's pose. We want to make this an active child's pose. So that's why I'm on a block, because I can still have a nice straight spine and engaged core. But it's going to open up my shoulders. My shoulders are down and back. And I breathe in deep, nice and deep. Same breaths as before. If you hadn't guessed already, I'm going to aim for 10 breaths here in child's pose. It's one of those great poses that the longer you sit into it or the longer you get into it, the deeper that you kind of open up and melt into it. Like my hips are already nice and warm. Inhale. Exhale. Try to inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do 2 more breaths here. One more breath. And slowly come out of that. Next, we're going to do a nice plank pose before being more active in downward facing dog. So plank pose is basically the top of a push-up. We've all been there. We've all seen it. But we want to focus and make sure that we have a long line from the top of our head down to the bottom of our heels. None of this action, no butt up. None of this action. Not yet, not in plank. And if you find yourself struggling, I always recommend putting your knees down, because it allows you to get that nice, proper form without sacrificing anything. So whichever version you're comfortable with, let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's do 10 breaths here. Ready? Nice engaged core. Find yourself shaking and uneasy. Bend your elbows a little bit. Shoulders down and back. Nice, strong body. If your back hurts at all, drop those knees, because that means that you have a weakened core or your core is starting to give up on you. So drop your knees at any time, and if you feel like you can challenge yourself more, put those toes back. All right? Let's do 3 more breaths here. For downward facing dog, we're going to bend our knees, lead with the butt, and invert ourselves into downward facing dog. My chest is forward. My shoulders are down and back. I'm going to walk my heels a little bit. I like to keep my knees bent because it keeps my hips from kind of folding in and my back rounding. So I always recommend starting with knees bent in downward facing dog. And keep warming up those ankles, because I struggle with Achilles tendonitis. So I need all the work I can get. All right, from here, we're going to do a quick 3-legged dog. So lift your right foot up, straight up, and then on an inhale, on the exhale, go ahead and bring that foot forward into a low lunge. And our left knee is on the ground, as always. That back foot is tucked. My right knee is above my right ankle, and I just kind of melt into it a little bit, bringing my hips down and forward. You got to find whatever level you're comfortable at. So if you can't go this deep, that's fine. If this is all you can do, that's great too. But I want to make sure that your head is above your shoulders are above your hips. This knee is above that ankle. So we're going to start. We're going to do a side bend in this position. So our right hand is on our right knee. We're going to inhale, reach up with our left hand, and exhale to reach over to our right. With every inhale, we go for length on the exhale, so you get a little more depth, engaging the whole, all the muscles on the left side of our body as we stretch. keeping our core engaged. So our right side of the body is also feeling it. We're going to try aim for 10 breaths here. Let's see how we do. Inhale for length. Exhale for a little bit of depth in that side bend. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And exhale, go ahead and bring that left leg down. From here, and we're going to place your hands on the ground, step back into a plank. And from that plank, inhale. Bend those knees on the exhale, get that butt back up into downward facing dog. Okay? Let's stay here for 1 more breath. Inhale, raise your left leg up. 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that knee towards your nose. Bring that foot forward as far as you can. Set it down. All right? So, once again, our head above our shoulders above our hips. That front knee should be above the ankle, not behind it, not in front of it. And I keep my back toes tucked. Take a couple of that deep breaths here. Go ahead and inhale, raise your right hand up. On the exhale, go ahead and reach over left. Inhale for height. Exhale for a little bit of depth with every breath. Feeling stretch all the way down the right side of my body. I'm going to keep my core engaged. Inhale for height. Exhale for a little bit of depth. Sorry. We're aiming for 10 breaths here. Nice, long, focused, steady breaths. Inhale for height. Exhale for a little bit of depth in that reach. 2 more breaths. On the next exhale, go ahead and bring your hands down. From here, we're going to reach down into a plank once more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice inhale, bring our butt up. For downward facing dog once again. This time we're going to lift our right leg up. Once again, 3-legged dog, but I want you to reach back with that right foot. Stack your hips. Open up the right side of your body a little bit right there. Inhale. On the next exhale, go ahead and once again, bring that foot forward into a low lunge. We've been here before. This time we're going to do a little different. But inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, I want you to take your right hand, reach forward, and then twist to the right. Inhale for height. Exhale for depth, reaching back and looking back. Inhale for height through the spine, through the core. Exhale for a little bit of depth in that twist. Remember, nice long breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. More breaths here. And bring it back to the middle. Put our hands back on the ground. Step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and bend those knees. Push up with the butt. Once again, downward facing dog. Inhale. Rise your left leg this time. Bring that leg back. Open stack the hips. Feel a nice long stretch of the whole left side of your body. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and bring that knee down and forward towards your nose and place it on the mat in front of you and rise on up. Just like that. This is our last lunge, I promise. Inhale for length through the spine. Exhale. Take your right hand to your left knee and twist to the left. Inhale for height. Exhale. Twist looking back. Nice twist. Nice deep breath. Focused and calm. Inhale for height. Exhale for twist. If you're feeling kind of pain, feel free to drop out of it and reset yourself. I'm not a pain is gain kind of guy. I'm more of a less is more. So discomfort is growth. So as long as you're not in any pain, do what you can. One more breath here. Bring it back to the middle. Do a plank. And a downward facing dog. From here, I want you to slowly walk forward until your feet meet your hands. Do a nice forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for half lift. Parallel to the floor, like that. Exhale, go ahead and reach back down. Inhale. We're going to slowly roll up our spine. Every vertebrae, keeping the core engaged, back supported. So we're at the top of the mat. We take a mountain pose. Mountain pose is pretty simple, but at the same time, there's a lot of little things to remember. Heels closer together. I like to have my toes open. Knees above the ankles, hips above the knees, shoulders stacked, body engaged, chin in. Want to make sure we're not looking down. We're not like that because, that's what happens all day in cars and in front of computers and phones. This is mountain pose. Strong, supported, simple. One more breath here. Mountain pose. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So face alongside your mat. Take your legs as far as you can. If you have a block, feel free to use it here, or you might want to warm up with it. You can even use a chair. So wide-legged forward fold. Toes a little bit inward when compared to the ankles. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, leading with the chest. Very slowly, swan dive all the way forward. I'm going to rest my hands on the blocks while my hips are still warming up. The goal eventually would be to get my hands to the floor, but I want to make sure that I'm not rounding my back too much and keep my core engaged. If at any time your back starts to hurt, make sure that's a sign that you need to engage your core and rely on that instead. And don't go any farther. Focus on the breath. Keeping the chest forward. Feeling it in the hips now. In the glutes. One more breath here. On the next exhale, or on the next inhale, sorry. Go ahead and come on up. Bring the toes together, or the heels together, the toes together. Let's step up. All right. I'm going to get rid of the blocks. The next pose is a seated forward fold. If you have a yoga strap, that is super helpful. You can also use a rope or a leash or a belt for forward fold when it comes to hip mobility as well as core strength. I want to make sure that you're leading with the chest. So when you're going to lean forward, I don't want you to hunch over like this. It's a leading with the chest towards the toes, engaging the core. We're going to inhale for height through the spine. Then exhale, inch our way forward. Feel free to bend your knees because sometimes it helps. Helps warm the body up and get us a little deeper. Engage the core for inhale. Lengthen the spine for an inhale. And on the exhale, engaging the core. Once we get some air out of there, see if we can go a little bit farther. Make sure you're engaging the core so the back is supported. Oh, grab those toes. I don't know if I can force my knees down. No, it's okay. It's all right. Wherever you are, meet me there on the mat. And no judgment from me. Feels really good in my hips, though. I like this. Let's do 2 more breaths here, okay? And the next exhale, go ahead and release. We're going to get rid of the strap. Our next pose is boat pose, which takes what we were just working on and going a little bit farther. So in boat pose, there's a couple different stages. It's very core centric, but it's also going to help your hips. So boat pose, the initial stage is in this position. I'm sitting on my back on my sits bones, and my core is engaged, my chest is up. I'm using my knees for support, but I'm not really holding on. And this is kind of stage 1 of boat pose. Okay? I can put my hands up, focus on keeping my chest up. It's kind of where the ceiling meets the wall. Shoulders are down and back, core is engaged, chest is up. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Next stage would be lifting the feet up, seeing if you can balance like that. Still focusing on the breath. If you're shaking me, that's working. You might need it occasionally to grab your knees for support. Full boat pose. You want to challenge yourself. It's a straight line. My shoulders are down and back. My chest is up. My core is engaged. One more breath here. Go ahead and sit those feet down. All right. From here, we're going to go into bridge pose. So we're going to lay on our back. And don't be intimidated. This is a bridge pose for yoga, not gymnastics. So our feet are about hip width distance, and they're that same distance from our butt to our heels. Inhale through the spine as we exhale. We lead with the hips, lifting. You're engaging your core to help pull up, but we're also using our glutes to push up. If you feel the need for some support, feel free to use your hands underneath your butt. We're focusing on having a nice long line from our shoulders all the way through to our knees. And our knees are above our ankles. So there's nice support there. Nice long inhales. Nice long exhales. We're focusing on holding the body straight and still and controlled. Nice long line from the shoulders all the way through to the knees. More inhale. Next exhale, go ahead and lower your butt down. From here, we're going to roll over and do pigeon, and then we'll build back onto our backs in just a second. So pigeon is much, can start in a plank, but I'm going to try to do a little more passive here. We have a block in case I need one. Actually, I'll turn this way. This will be better. So Take your right hand or your right knee towards your right hand and try. The goal is to get that shin parallel to the top of the mat, but while also staying on top of your hips. So I'm not opening to the side like that. I'm on top of that knee and on top of that foot. Right now, my heel's closer to my groin. So I'm actually kind of comfortable here. This is a nice hip opener. It also helps engage the core because I want to support my back. So I'm going to go ahead and rest on a block. You can do a stack of anything or even all the way to the ground. We'll get there, but I'm kind of slowly working towards that. So yeah, this is pigeon. And then if you find yourself opening up more, you can try to get that foot up a little bit further. And you might see a little more clear when I get to the other side. So sorry about that. And there. We inhale for length of the spine. And we exhale deeper into that hip. Keeping the core engaged and supporting the lower back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. More breaths like this. This is a pose that you could spend a long time in and that you would slowly melt further and further into it. So you can probably do a good 5-10 minutes of this by itself. But we don't have time for that right now. Unless you want to pause and keep going. And I encourage you to. All right, and next exhale, go ahead and lift yourself up. Back into plank, tuck that back toe, and slowly lift yourself off the ground. Take a moment. Take that left knee now to the left hand. Bring that shin in front of you, relatively parallel to the top of the mat, or that's the goal eventually anyway. Staying on top of your hips, that on top of the knee and on top of the toes. We don't want to open up to the outside. Grab some blocks or pillows or something that can help you get closer to the floor. And yeah, focus on that breath. Focus on that core engagement. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, engage that core so you're a little deeper into it and a little farther closer to the ground. The shoulders are down and back. Try to keep my back relatively straight. It's kind of impossible in this position, but I don't want to deliberately round my back and ignore my core, so I'm trying to stay engaged here. 2 more breaths. Nice long inhale, nice long outhale, or exhale, outhale, nice long exhale. Inhale. Go ahead and lift ourselves up out of this onto your hands and the back toe. Oh, there we go. All right, we're almost done. Let's roll back over onto our backs, this time for a nice reclined twist. So, okay, hopefully they fix that. Sorry, lost my mic. Arms out to the side, knees above the hips. We have a right ankle at the knee, at the ankles, the hips, the ankles, the knees, and the hips. Inhale through the spine. Exhale. Slowly drop your knees all the way over to the right out to make room here. Inhale for length through the spine. Exhale. Take the right hand to those knees, hold them in place. Then take the left hand and reach out to the side and twist. We're inhaling for length of the spine. We're exhaling for a twist. Engage in the core. Reaching with that left hand, which I don't think you can see on screen. And engaging with our right hand. With every inhale, lengthen your spine. With every exhale, reaching more farther into that twist. This is really good if you spend a lot of time sitting, if you are at a computer or in a car, this is a really good midday refresher. It's also good to do first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed. So a recline twist will be good to you any time of day. So there you go. Let's do one more inhale. On the exhale, go ahead and slowly let go of those knees, bring them back up. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, exhale. Drop the knee slowly to the left. Oh, yeah. Reach out with the right hand. And so we're going to inhale for length through the spine. Exhale, reach with that right hand. Hold the left hand, and then you can turn to the right. Look at that hand for the nice full stretch. Long through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for length. Exhale for that twist. Inhale for length. Holding onto those knees and reaching on that exhale with the right hand and twist, looking over to the right. Next inhale. Go ahead and release those knees. Slowly bring them to the middle. Oh, go ahead and hug in your knees a little bit. We're going to roll out the spine back and forth after that twist. And this last pose, which if you were time crunch, you can always skip, but I always like to add in a little bit of breath at the end of the pose or at the end of the routine. We're going to do a quick corpse pose or a shavasana. We're just going to refocus our breath once again. We're going to do the same breaths that we've been doing the entire time, or the goal was to anyway, for those nice, long inhales and exhales. But I will really encourage you to now release your core and exhale, engaging it. I want those diaphragm muscles to inhale down into your abdomen and exhale, squeeze and push in and up and out your mouth. Let's do 8 more of these breaths. Okay, one more big inhale. Exhale. Start moving the body around a little bit. Get ready to get going because you got your day ahead of you. And now roll to your right side and push yourself up. There we go. Thank you for joining me through that flow. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. See you later.